I'd like to format this document into columns, much like a newspaper, to make it look even more professional. To format this document into columns, what I'm going to do is click the Page Layout tab in the ribbon. And in the Page Setup group, I have a Columns button. If I click the drop down on the Columns button and choose 2, because I had no text selected, the entire document has been changed to 2 columns. What I think looks really nice with columns is also justified alignment. So what I'd like to do is select all the text in this document by pressing the key combination Ctrl-A. And then I'd like to justify all the text, so I'll press Ctrl-J. Ctrl-J has applied justification as far as alignment, and I have nice straight left and right edges, making my document look extremely professional. If I wanted to undo the columns in this document, again I'd have nothing selected. If I chose the Page Layout tab in the ribbon and click the Columns button and chose the option 1, effectively I put my document back to 1 column, which is how I started. And that's how I can quickly remove columns. If I want to make the document interesting by having different numbers of columns throughout the document, I'll first of all scroll up to page 1. I'd like to select the 4 paragraphs underneath the heading Decorating in 3 Stages, so I'll select these 4 paragraphs here. And I'd like to change these 4 paragraphs into 2 columns only. So from the Page Layout tab, I'll click the drop down on the Columns button, but this time I'll choose the option More Columns. If I choose More Columns, I can set the number of columns to 2 by either clicking this button or clicking the spinner button and choosing 2. I'd like to decrease the spacing that appears between the 2 columns, and I can do so by reducing the spacing option here. So I'll take it down to 1 centimetre. I think what would look nice also is to have a line between the 2 columns. So I'll tick Line Between, in the preview showing the effect of my options. This will only apply to the selected text, and the columns will be of equal width. So I'll click OK. And I've converted these 4 paragraphs into 2 columns. Sometimes where a column breaks is not convenient. For example, this paragraph here, I'd like to shift it so it moves into the second column. Pressing Enter several times is not the way to do this. To insert a column break, I'm going to click in front of No One Can View a Room. I could go to the Page Layout tab in the ribbon and choose Breaks, and I could choose Column Break. Alternatively, there is a shortcut key combination, Ctrl-Shift-Enter, so I can either hit this button or press Ctrl-Shift-Enter to push that paragraph into the second column. I'd like to add some more columns to my document, so I'm going to select the text further down the document. I'm going to select the text underneath the heading We Suggest a Decorating Strategy in 3 Stages, and I'd like to choose the 2 paragraphs under that heading. What I'd then like to do is go to the Columns button in my Page Layout tab in the ribbon and choose More Columns. I'd like to choose 2 columns, reduce the spacing between the 2 columns to 1 centimetre, and put a line between the 2 columns by ticking this option here. And this will only apply to the selected text, so I'll click OK. Again, the paragraphs aren't quite breaking where I'd like them to break, so I'm going to click in front of Concentrate and press Ctrl-Shift-Enter to push this into the second column. Ctrl-Shift-Enter. Columns make a document look very professional and interesting, and people therefore might read it.